Broadcast. Oh,
no,
sorry,
we're
guys.
Live.
Sorry, guys.
I
didn't do anything.
Something.
I hit go live.
All right. There we go. We're good.
Shoot. All right. Anyways, we're here. Zeb's giving me the signal. So what does that mean?
That means stop looking at the computer and give them the intro where we've been live for 2 minutes.
Hey guys, welcome to our Saturday night thrift haul. We go live every Saturday night at 8:30 Mountain Time to show you the junk that we purchased throughout the week. This week it's fun because we went thrifting. We also went to a community yard sale and we hauled some of this junk all the way from Arizona.
Quite a bit of it, actually. The top of the SUV was full. We had the back full. We had a cargo bag on the rack that was full. Lots of stuff.
If you're wanting to shop along, visit JamieRayVintage.com. Jamie is J-A-M-I. And if you click Saturday Thrift Haul, all the items are there. Caitlin is on here. And Caitlin is going to drop links, answer questions. And we're super excited to be here. If you are on Facebook, if you could hit that share button. We still don't have our Jamie Ray Vintage Facebook page back yet, but we are using our Jamie and Zeb Ray. And hopefully this next week we'll get it back. We've been working with Facebook and it's just been...
She had a chance to authenticate who she was, but the picture was blurry and then it timed out. And now we got to wait another week. It's like you have to wait a week to try again.
Dear Facebook, please call me. We could get this done in 5 minutes. Anyways, let's show people the junk. We're super excited. We have a really fun mix, way less to paint. Last week almost did me in. So this week I was like, I am not
painted for an entire
everything.
day and then some the next morning.
It was 2 days. It was
all right, I'm going to show you this stuff here so that I'm not like eating this birdhouse all night. All right, really great porcelain. Was this porcelain or just plaster?
Porcelain?
Yeah, something like that.
It's going to be for decor only. It's
awesome picture. It was used for like floral. There's some floral foam glued into here somewhere.
It was $2. We're going to sell it for $24.95, and we're going to put an IOD transfer on it. It does have a small chip, which I put in the listing.
I would show you, but it's white, and it's so small you won't even see it. Just know it's like right here. Okay, did we say how much it is?
Yep.
Okay.
Next up, this cute cookie jar. I paid $8 for her. She's in really good shape. Treasure Craft USA. And I love, it's like a little baby doll.
Does she even have any like flea bites or anything? I couldn't find any when I was looking earlier.
She has not any that I can't promise that there are. No, because that's like a dent. That's
tiny little chips.
She's just in really good condition. I love her hair though. All the little knots and buns and curls. So cute. $42.95. Again, Treasure Craft USA. Cookie jar. Cookie jars always do well for us, so I like to pick them up. And I don't think we actually have any in the shop right now. I think they've all sold. Okay. All right, next up, in direct opposition to the cookie jar, here is a chamber pot with a lid. It's a Victorian style. I would say it's probably from England, just judging by the...
it does have a maker's mark on there, but it's so old, it's like faded away. I couldn't read it. The only thing I could get out of there is that it's ironstone.
Ironstone. Yeah.
And you can kind of see a little. I took a picture of it, blew it up, and sharpened it, and I still couldn't read it. That's the trick. If you can't read things, blow the picture up, sharpen it. And usually you can see what it says.
I mean, I realize this used to be a chamber pot, but it is pretty cool. Somebody's like, is that a soup tureen? I'm like, I don't think so.
You know what? Clean that up good. Put some soup in there. No one's going to know. How are they going to know?
Poopy soup. It was, how much I bought this at, I think
you paid $5 for it.
$5 or $10. I bought this at, I think 10. I bought this at the yard sale in Arizona. Hauled it home. I wrapped it up in my jeans so it would make it alive, and it's $49.95. They actually had a price tag on it for like $90. I think it had been like in an antique store before.
Yeah, well, they had a few things that were kind of like that. Like
it's
this
really
copper
pretty
that you can kind of see peeking over here. We'll get you a good pat. Here, you know what?
Cheryl Di Matteo bought the chamber pot. Woot woot.
Nice.
You got a good deal. It's a pretty piece.
Here, let me move the camera back so you can see more of the funsies.
The funsies.
There you go.
All right.
There it is.
Next up, we just have this really cool vase. I love the color of it. So I'm going to leave it as is. I am going to remove the floral foam that's in here. And it was $5, and I'm going to sell it for $24.95.
All right. So this is Jamie's weird find of the week, the birdhouse. Here, hold that.
Okay.
The back is needs a little love. It's a little loose. The floral is all going out from what I've been told.
It's all like dollar
She's just
store-esque.
gonna rip it out in a fit of rage.
I'll be kind. I'm going to reglue it all together. I'm going to paint it up. It's actually a large piece, and I think it'd be really pretty with like some IKEA plants in it. I'm not sending it with any foliage. Whoever buys it can do what they want. Oh, here goes the flowers.
I just want to show you how much better it is already.
Seriously, look how good that is.
Although it's going to need, this is coming loose too. It's going to need some serious glue and repair.
Oh, the cookie jar sold.
That's a fun cookie jar. We've not found one like that before. It's great.
And so did
I'm going to put these in the
chamber
garage.
pot and a few other things.
This foam is like shedding.
Yeah, I just feel like the floral could be better in that. What are you doing with that floral?
Putting it out of there because the floral's like, or the foam's disintegrating.
Yeah, it's misery. All right. Next up, we have these cool pewter bowls. It was $2 for each of them. And they are $19.95 each. I always love pewter. I pick it up anytime that I can. It's going to last forever. It says,
I'm pretty sure this can be shined up, but I showed in the pictures. One is super shiny and one is a little more tarnished. But honestly, I just think this one is like dusty. Hold on.
Yeah, honestly, if you use those Brasso wipes that we have, it probably work pretty good.
I think it's pretty highly polished, so it can probably be.
It's a pie crust bowl. That's what they called it. That's one big mamma jamma pie.
Probably just because the way the lip is on the end.
Probably. Made in Mexico, Old Town Imports. It says it's food safe, hand wash only, mild soap.
They're pewter. Yeah, that's going to need some chemicals. So I'm going to leave it alone.
It's fine.
If you like it tarnished, you can just leave it as is. If you don't like the little bit of tarnish and wear on there, you know, like Jamie said, get some Brasso and shine it.
I just love pewter because it's super heavy duty and it's going to be around. Like, you could drop it, it's not going to break. It's going to stand this test of time. All right. Next up, we've got this really cool picture of Jesus. It says, "In the shepherd's care," and there's a scripture on the back of the
Psalms.
And it's not just a plain print. It's like a textured print. And it's Psalms 23:2. It says, "He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness." I just love, I love any pictures that have Jesus in them. And I love that it has a sheep in there. And it's just really pretty. We're going to paint the frame and it's going to be $29.95. Boom.
And I'm going to pull this staple out right now while I'm thinking about before it scratches the countertop.
Okay. Next up, we've got the cow crockery here. It's $28.95. I picked this up at the community yard sale in Arizona, and I think it was like $2. It was a really good deal. I think it's so cute. I love it.
Well, it's hard to say because that place, I think where you got that, you bundled.
I didn't bundle deal. He had really good prices. I used my addition skills. I should have bundled, but I was so excited about everything that I was getting. I was like, yeah, that's fine. All
right, did this get shown close? It's a really, oh, you can't see. Oh, there you go. Yeah. The glare is off of it.
All right. And you can, I already showed them the cow too.
Okay.
All right. Moving along. We've got these 3 dishes here. We're going to paint the outsides of these and then probably seal them with tung oil. I'll leave the inside natural. So if you wanted to use them with like food or whatever, you could probably just tung oil the inside.
Those might get sealed tonight because it's so easy and quick.
Well, I was planning on painting them.
Oh, you're going to paint them? I thought we were just going to tung oil.
No, they're orange. Okay. Remember the last one we tung oiled? It was like a reddish brown color. Yeah. These are orangey.
Okay.
So my plan was to paint the outside and leave the inside natural. They were $2 to $3 each, and they are $19.95 for these wooden bowls.
We have some fun wood stuff tonight. There's some more over here. We'll get to in a minute. All right, that's out of my way. So this little tin, Jamie was going to pick it up and then she didn't. And then I came through and I'm like, yeah, why not?
I love hearts. Like, I should have just
got
it.
Pressed tin heart on there. This was $1.50. We're going to clean it up, paint it up, sell it for $16.95. It's got earrings. Don't tell Jamie. She might rip them off.
Those are going to go away. I don't like them. There's sometimes that I feel like they look okay on that, not so much. Zeb's going to take care of the bunny ear situation. This is a tote. It was $2. We are going to round off the edge, paint it.
Show them a straight on view. I don't know what was going on with that. It's the same cutout on each side. So it's like they had both down on the table and they cut through both pieces at once. They're going to get sanded down and gone. I might just cut them on the tables or the bandsaw. We'll see how it happens. But the ears are going away and it'll just be flat on the top.
And then we'll probably like paint it up, baby decoupage, not so sure. It's going to be $24.95.
All right. Really awesome bird cage. This one was $3. That's a steal. At the thrift store. We're not painting it. It's a good color as is. It's got this really nice chain and hook on there. It'll be $28.95.
Les is in the house. Leslie bought the other tote. Did you buy the tote? Oh, the big tote.
The big one is very cool.
It's a big mamma jamma. All right, so this I also picked up at the yard sale. I think this was a different yard sale, but the same community. I think this was $3.
It has the maker on the side right here.
Oh, Universal Statuary Co., Chicago, Illinois, 1956. We're not painting it, and it's going to be $39.95, and it's made of plaster. So I'm going to give that to you so it doesn't break.
Okay.
And then next up, there is something we're going to be painting. This is a la Hobby Lobby special, probably. It's got, you know what I'm talking about. We paid $1.50 for it. We're going to paint the frame and do a little wet distressing, maybe some dry brush. And then it's going to be $19.95 for this one.
We might actually get to the painting pretty quick because we have a few small items, but it wasn't a huge haul this week.
Somebody said channel member, but I don't see a new channel member, so maybe I missed it.
Did you miss it?
Well, it's not up on.
Well, if you're a new channel member, welcome. We're glad you're with us.
We'll be live Tuesday, 10 a.m.
Yeah.
As of right now, Zeb can get, even though we don't have our Facebook page yet, Zeb can get into the subscriber group for whatever reason. So we'll post that link if you're on Facebook and in the paid group.
It's because they didn't remove me.
We'll put the link there.
So we're going to go live.
Oh, Nancy Olson, I see her. And Amy Wells was new. Welcome, new channel members. Anyways, channel member live, 10 a.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday. All right, show
okay, so these tins, I think they were $2 each. Mm-hmm. Also from the yard sale in Arizona. This is, I don't know that they're like crazy old.
They're probably like from the 70s.
Yeah.
The brand is Shaneco Housewares.
Yeah, I'm trying to read. There's like a little thing down on the bottom. But anyway, this one
is sugar.
Interesting.
Oh, 1977. I was right.
Sugar, pure cane sugar. The coloring's right.
Does that make them vintage or retro?
The coloring is right for the 70s. I would say vintage. Retros if it's only like a few years old, right? I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but the 70s is like 50 years ago now, over 50 years.
Cooper's on here. Hey, Cooper, it's 50 years. All right, so they're vintage.
Yeah.
$28.95 for the set of two, and we paid $2 each at the yard sale.
Okay, so if they're from 77, that's still vintage. That's like 40. Oh, no, I'm doing math on camera. 44 years? 44 or 46. I don't know. You decide.
44. No. 77, that's 45.
No, it would be even because you got 3 on one end and 3 on this end.
That's 46.
That's what I said, 44, 46. But I didn't want to commit to the math. So I was like, you take it or leave it.
Never do math on live TV. All right, take the tins away. We've talked about it for like 10 minutes now.
They're going to be awesome. $28.95. We're not painting them.
This frame is awesome. It's solid wood. It's 12 by 16. We're going to put a print inside of it, paint the frame up, and it's going to be...
Also yard sale.
$49.95. I don't remember. This is a couple bucks. It's gonna be $49.95 once we paint it up and put a print inside.
It's a frame within a frame. It's kind of like a dream within a dream. So it says style 1922, size 12 by 16. It's stamped here. So it might be. It's old enough. It could be that old. It's like all solid wood and fabric around the edge.
All right. Did anybody ever go to a light party? There was a candle party. This was $1, and it's got some really pretty flowers on it. I don't love the paint job, so I'm going to repaint it, and it's going to be $16.95.
I think it would be fine with the current flowers if it was brighter, but it's like this moldy green color, so gotta go.
Oh, Cooper wants to know what Grandma's flight number is.
So Jamie's mom was supposed to drive home with us, but the weather was so nice in Arizona and it was blizzardy up here. She's like, I think I'm going to stay for a couple more weeks. Well, anyway, it got hot in Arizona and the weather is going to be in the 70s next week here. So she's like, I'm coming home. And so she got a flight, but it's like right when we're doing this live stream. So Odelia and Cooper are picking grandma up.
All right, Odelia, I sent you a screenshot. It's got the flight number in there. Okay.
Let's show Leslie's tote.
Zebs, here's the thing that's cool about this tote. It's solid wood. It's large. They even bothered to cap the screws.
Yep.
Very well made. They plugged them. That cap plugged. I'm going to paint it, and it's definitely getting a chippy finish because it deserves it. It
was $8. I like this is probably a 2x4 cut down, but then they probably routed the edges because they're all uniform, or they may have used a hand plane on them. Either way, very well made, very sturdy. It was
$8.
1 inch / planed to 3/4 inch pine, and then just love it. Just love the shape. Really well made. The divider inside is good. It's awesome.
Yeah. If it wasn't orange colored stain, I probably would leave it as is because it's just cool, but I'm not a fan of the orangey stain.
Well, if you leave pine like that, it gets like a gray color on it, all on its own.
Yeah, if they just left it outside. Can't people just make stuff and leave it outside for me?
I think we need to start doing that. Like the weather has ruined everything that was left outside this winter. Like we'd only need to leave it out there one winter and we'd be good to go.
Okay, $1.50 each for these, and they're going to be $19.95 for the pair. We've actually had these for a long time.
They've been shown before. They weren't listed, so we're like, wait, we'll put those in another one.
We have had these for weeks, probably like a month, and we finally got them listed. So maybe they were just waiting for the right person. I don't know. I don't know why we didn't get them listed, but.
Do you remember how much these little frames were?
Yeah, I think $19.95 for the pair. They're like little French country.
Well, I have the price on them. How much did you pay for them?
Oh, $2.
$2. I'm gonna bring these close.
$5, $2. I don't. It's really a blur. This is why I don't like yard sales because I don't remember. That was from the lady who we bought the big gold frame from.
Guys, this is printed on fabric. This is fabric. There's that one. I'll show you close.
Oh, $19.95, and they're sold. Aren't they cool?
They are awesome. The frames are awesome. The prints inside, the fact that they're on like a silky, shiny fabric.
Like tapestry.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, you purchased the old frame. Don't paint it. Cheryl, well, double check which one you bought.
The green one, the $49.95 one?
Yes, that is the one. Do you want us to put a print in it? Let us know. All right.
So this is a little grapey, but honestly, I feel like it's got a Christmas theme with the pine cones, and these are holly berries, not grapes. But it's also got like some roses and other
cherries.
Floral.
They're not like overtly grapes because they're not like big grape bunches.
The fun thing about this is it's made in Italy, and there are a few of these plastic pieces like this that are resin that are made in Italy, and we scoop them up whenever we can find them. What'd you pay for this? $1 or $2 at the yard sale?
Like $2.
This came from Arizona. It's going to be $39.95. This is going to get painted. While the silver's not bad, it's also not great. So we're gonna, we're gonna French country.
Italian.
We're gonna French country this Italian sculpture up.
We can call it Italian country.
They do have the country out in Italy. They've got lots.
It is cool.
Lots of
this
skills.
Because this I think is a what are those? Do they have the seeds that you eat? And they're like
pomegranates?
Yeah. Teresa says, my mom had those little frames with the cloth in the 70s. I didn't like them then or now. Well, I mean, they're still cool.
I like them. But you're allowed to not like all the stuff.
Yeah, that is actually true. Because I also see stuff that people do, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. And I'm sure people think
all right, these are brass geese.
They have square beaks.
Yeah, I don't know why that is on there. It's like someone ground them down. Maybe they broke and someone ground them down a little bit.
They're cute.
Either way, they're still good. One is like bugling, and this one's stretching out for some delicious treat. I got these for $10 for the pair. They're going to be $28.95. They're also at a yard sale.
Were they 10 or 15?
They were 10.
So They have them listed.
They didn't have them listed, and I was like wheeling and dealing with the guy.
They wanted $30 for them.
They wanted 30, and I'm like, and I was setting them back. He's like, well, how much would you buy them for? I'm like, I'm a buyer at $5 each on these, honestly. And he's like, just give me your money. And then like we're walking out of there, and Jamie's like, after I had wheeled and dealed with the guy.
I was not privy to the wheel and deal. Then I was like, he's like, what do you guys do? Like, oh, we have an antique store. We're going to sell these in our shop.
It's fine, right? But usually when I get to haggling, his price was retail pricing. We're selling them for $28.95.
It was a retail price at a yard sale.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you know what? He could have said no.
Yeah.
You didn't tell him
I was putting them back.
You didn't tell him you bought them because they reminded you of your grandma and you had this memory. You didn't lie. You just said, I'm a buyer at $5 each.
Yeah. He's like, how much would you pay for them? I'm like, honestly, like I don't pay more than $5 for stuff like this.
Yeah. I think they're super cute. I love them. Okay.
But they're also very unique, which is why I wanted
Margaret said she just got her rice paper today. We did such a great job. Thank you. You guys have been awesome. We've been selling. It's been so popular on the retail and the wholesale.
I have one printer, and we've been contemplating maybe we should get a second because this one printer, we're going to wear it out in the first month. It's been working around the clock.
Like if I wake him in the night, I hear because the printer is like right outside in the loft outside of our bedroom. I may actually have to get some earplugs.
We can just put on ocean sounds. We were teasing each other that the thunderstorm. Alexa plays a thunderstorm when the dogs start making a lot of noise and moving around in the morning with their collars jingling and all the things. And Jamie was like, "That's going to be our song. I'm never going to be able to listen to thunderstorms."
Like if you die before me, I'm not going to be able to listen to it anymore. All right, so this is also for the yard sale. It was $15 for this set. They're tin lined. Copper with brass handles and brass embossed labels. It's a really cool set. I never find, sometimes you'll find like the tin lined copper, but they're like not heavy. Like these are good weight. They're not like flimsy and gonna.
Although someone wrote
it's
on
just
them with a
crayon.
Okay.
It's like a grease. It comes off.
Good.
So I paid $15. Somebody at one point paid $20 for 8 pieces. I got 4 for $15. I was happy about that because I'm going to sell them for $79.95 for this set. This set is gorgeous. It would look beautiful in any kitchen, especially if you have like a cottage style or French country.
Well, they got these fun brass plaques and then the brass handle.
Oh, they're just good. If I had space, like if they don't sell, I'm half tempted to sell a few pieces up there and put them up there.
Let me show you where we're looking. Otherwise, they're just looking off into the wall.
Sorry. I don't like I need to redo the whole thing anyways, but I have that piece I bought in Tenterden, that big copper piece.
So this is like an antique butter churn. And usually there's a glass. Do we have a dome for that?
No, that dome broke.
That dome broke. And then her big copper pot up there. And there's there's a bunch of copper up in the top of that with the cookbooks.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I'll give it till next week to sell. And then if it doesn't sell, I might get rid of something or I might just keep them. They're awesome. I really like them. Kai says, Jamie, love all the shorts you're posting. Keep it coming. Thank you. I have so much fun. I've been editing all of our edited videos for the last few months myself. And I'm starting to learn a little. I'm getting a little better. Like this, if you watch the video that was uploaded Friday morning, I said JamieRayVintage.com and I got the words to pop on the screen at the same time as I said it. It's like the small things that delight me when I figure it out. So it's been fun. And I also like editing because I have a little bit more control over when things happen. And I'm trying really hard that on Fridays, the upload is there at 5 a.m. So that way you guys know that first thing in the morning, Friday, there's going to be a video from us. And I think it'll help.
Well, and we're trying to get everything filmed by Thursday because we were out in the yard today with the better weather. The snow is all melted because it's literally April and snow should be gone in April, right? Anyway, the yard is hammered. The dogs have had their way. Winter has had its way.
The shop's yard is hammered. So my goal for the next few months is to have a 4-day, well, it's a loose term, a 4-day work week. So that way Fridays we can focus on not just our yard and house because we have projects that we do make videos about that we need to finish, but the shop yard.
Yes.
Cheryl says the copper is hot.
Hang on.
Thank you, Rob, for sharing this video out on Facebook.
There we go.
And Marie says, finally caught alive. Welcome, welcome.
I was like, why are we so dim? My computer screen was dimmed. If you brighten up the computer screen, we look great. Our lighting's fantastic. All right, show them your jadeite plate. Fire King.
So I was shopping at the thrift store. I'm going to tell you the story. And I didn't think we were going to find very much. And there's this gal that's at the thrift store who doesn't really like me. She might watch my videos. I don't know. But I know she doesn't like me. And so
she's commented as much.
This day, she wasn't there. And that already made my day better. And there weren't a lot of people shopping that like buy the same stuff as us. So this came on a cart, but the cart was like completely empty. And sitting on the very top was this platter. And I was so happy that the people that I normally have to throw elbows with weren't there because it's actual legit Fire King jadeite. Never found it in the wild before. It was $2. And we're selling this platter for $49.95. It's in really good condition. It was seriously like the pick of the year. I mean, I love jadeite so much, and I have never, ever, 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 ever seen it, except for like in somebody's booth at a market, like not like a flea market, but like a high-end market or like an antique store.
For top dollar. Like
I've seen it at Round Top. At Round Top, this would probably be like $120. But anyways, we're selling for $49.95, and I'm so excited to get this piece.
All right, so we have 2 of these plates. These traveled from Arizona. They were at the yard sale. They're Liberty Blue, original copper engravings of historical colonial scenes, printed on Staffordshire ironstone, detergent and dishwasher safe, made in England.
A chip.
That's why I have this one, so you can see the chip right there in the top. It's got pretty good flea bite. Not really very noticeable from the front because the pattern is so busy. The other one is in great shape, no chips on it.
So somebody told me that they were from a grocery store, and when you would collect the stamps, you'd get these for free.
My mom totally got a red set like that. Like we would.
Was it ironstone though? Like heavy?
I don't know if it was ironstone, but we had a red set, and I remember we would go down there and they had it on a big end cap display, and my mom's like over there saving all these little coupons or stamps or whatever
stamps, yeah.
for months. Like she bought extra groceries. She beefed up the year supply, the food storage. You know, she finally got this set, and then we weren't allowed to eat out of it for a little while. But then we did.
So Yumiko says that she has copper bowls hanging over her sink between 2 windows, no more room. Didn't you get one of the copper bowls we got back from France? One of these days, I'm going to get a copper bowl when we're in France or England, and I'm just going to keep it myself. I always wind up selling it because whenever we get back, I always feel
copper from France.
I always feel the urge to sell everything because we've spent $10,000 on a vacation and I need to earn my money back.
It's the last one, like we were in Europe, but honestly, it didn't feel like a vacation.
It was a workcation.
We were hustling.
I sell all the things. So I'm like, I got to make my money back so I can make it worth my while to make another trip. But next time I'm keeping 1 copper bowl for myself.
So I have a hard time not touching original oil paintings. This one is done by N. Stowe.
I love it. I'm not.
I don't know if it's oil for sure.
Let me see.
It might be some like an acrylic, but it's got texture.
I would say it's acrylic.
And it's not a print. It does have a little tiny scratch up here in the corner.
No, it's acrylic. It's not oil because it's not as textured.
It's not as textured. But this was this from the thrift store? It doesn't have a thrift tag on it.
No, I think I bought that at the yard sale too. It was a couple bucks. I bought it from the same yard sale where I got the big gold frame. She painted stuff.
Oh.
And it's going to be $29.95. Did she sign it though?
Yeah, it's down here. N. Stowe.
Yumiko says, I have bought many copper canisters and things from you. Well, thank you.
This is going to be $29.95. Are we painting the frame on this, or is this just going as is?
No, just selling it as is. How do you know it is genuine jadeite? Well, this one's stamped Fire King on the back. But other than that, I don't know. I'd have to Google it. How bad is that? I've never found it before. Like, I don't know because we sell. So in the shop, we have a company
this is almost
from
like
Ohio called Mosier Glass, and they actually have some of the Fenton molds, and they like all of our hobnail stuff is made in the original Fenton molds. Everything's handmade. Right now, they've been on back order for months because they're so popular. But we sell jadeite in the store. It's just not old jadeite. It looks legit because it's made the same way. So that's
and it is jadeite.
It is jadeite. It's just not the old stuff. And it's not stamped on the bottom. This one's stamped Fire King. But yeah, I don't really know. I'll have to look that up. All right, let's show this one. This one's cool. Is this like from a music book?
This is a print, but it's been hand matted, meaning it was cut out by hand and not on a machine. And I don't know how old it is because it's hard to say. The print is actually pretty old, but I don't know when it was printed, right? I want to say it's been a while just because of the way the back is framed up.
Yeah, they used a piece of wood in the back. Like I've not seen that before. It's like it's like a solid piece.
And it's like really thin and wide.
I don't know. It's old and cool, and it was $2, and we're gonna sell it for $29.95. And I'm not painting it or anything.
The frame is for sure old. It's like the old molded detail with like the plaster that they do.
Why don't you look things up on the computer before you show them to everybody? Some things I do, Cindy. Some things, like I did look this up. I just don't know about how to tell about Fire King.
Oh, but if it's actually old? Yeah, like that's just like we would have to actually look the thing up.
Because I know there's different kinds of jadeite. So that was my answer. But I do look up stuff. Unless I know. Like some things I just know what they're worth. I don't look up every single item individually. I like to use the Google reverse image, or sometimes if it doesn't show up there, I just get very specific about the piece and I usually can find it. All right.
Clock time.
Jadeite won't scratch if you rub your fingernail on it.
Yeah, no, it's solid. It almost looks like a green milk glass to me.
Yeah, it's pretty. All right, so this is a shelf clock. I actually am obsessed with the face on that. The font of the numbers is good. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, the faces on the clocks, I like the way we paint them. I don't love the faces, but that face is good.
And this whole clock, usually they come in their MDF. This is not MDF.
Is it cherry?
Yeah, I think it's cherry wood. Yes. And it's made in the USA.
I love it.
It says quartz made in USA. It's going to be great.
And it's going to be $29.95. Oh, Yumiko says, my mom collected copper Jello molds and I have them on her. She has them on her kitchen wall. I love that.
So this is an example of a furniture transfer that I don't love.
Is it a transfer or a sticker?
I'm going to say it's a transfer because it's very thin. But you can see the halo on it. It's probably done from the factory because it says hand wash only. But those are coming off or getting painted over, one of the two. It's got a divider. If you don't want the divider, I thought it would be fun to do like little potted plants or something in there where you just have the divider already going.
Well, you can also put like soda bottles with flowers in them.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever you like that comes in a bottle.
One way or another, though, this is coming off. Oh, paid $3 for it. It's going to be $18.95.
It's going to be cute painted. All right, let's show.
Jamie's been showing all of her favorite finds. Let me show you mine.
What is your favorite find?
You know I got a nativity.
You know he did.
So they were $1 each. We're selling the set for $22.95. And before you get all crazy about how big they are, they're hand carved from the Holy Land by Sheikh Zayed. It's got his name on it. Joseph here is missing his hand. I am going to fix that so that it looks like a hand just hanging out of his sleeve.
And then we'll oil it.
And then we'll sand it back down and oil it up. Also, should my repair not go successfully, it just looks like he's holding his hand on Mary's shoulder. So you can hide the broken hand behind. But
it'll be okay. You can sleep in 18 years.
I don't know that she ever slept. But yeah, $22.95 on the set. I just thought they're really well carved, and I thought it was awesome.
I need to put on the listing that they were hand carved from the Holy Land.
Yeah, it says, so there's the stamp.
Angela just came in. She said, hello, everyone. Lost track of time coloring eggs. We're going to color eggs tomorrow because my mom's coming home. So we're going to color eggs with the kiddos tomorrow. What were you going to say?
Nope. Go ahead.
I don't remember what I was going to say. I was literally
coloring eggs tomorrow. Were you done?
Yeah, that was it.
I was just going to say, I can't pass a good nativity, so we picked them up.
Look at us trying not to interrupt each other. While you're up there, show the lion. I don't know if Way's on here, but I saw this and I thought of my cute friend Way. Is it Way or We? I call her Way. I'm pretty sure it's Way. And I know she's told me a million times how to pronounce it. She loves lions. This one is marble. We're not painting it.
It was $2. We're selling for $12.95. It's
a really great paperweight. I just love it because it looks very like regal. I don't know. It's kind of fun. So for $12.95, woot woot. Thank you, Caitlin. She added that it was hand carved from the Holy Land.
All right. Another fun divider. Reminiscent of like milk jugs or something, or soda bottles back in the day. It was $2. It's going to be $19.95. Loving the wood handle on it. I also like that the handle is not like loose and floppy. It stands up on its own.
You can flatten it. That'll make it nice for shipping.
Yes.
The last week or so, I've been like, when Zeb goes to Milk Buttercup, I will go into the shop and help ship unless I'm home editing a video or something. And so I've been shipping a lot of the home decor items, and I'm like, yep, I'm going to make sure I can buy stuff that's easy to ship because some of it's kind of big.
All right, we got 3 more things. Fun little elephant here, going to get painted up. This one's one of the better detailed hand-carved ones. This one's fun too, but also looks like Cody got a hold of it. He actually didn't. Some other dog did, but it's been chewed on the foot and the trunk a little bit. These were both $1 each, and they're going to be $12.95 painted up.
With tusks and without. That's how I listed them.
Yeah. And then this is a Lazy Susan. I'm going to show you close, and then I'm going to show you far away.
It's hand carved, and it's a solid piece of wood.
There was a huge set of this stuff, and it was all individually priced. If we'd have bought it all, we'd have probably spent like $150 because there were so many pieces.
It's from the islands.
Yep. Let me bring it back. In
Utah, we have a large Polynesian demographic here, and I think a lot of it comes from this. But the cool thing is this one solid piece of wood. Like, that's insane.
Yep. Well, obviously the spinning part on the bottom.
No, but like this.
Yeah, this wasn't glued together. This is just a big piece of tree.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's going to be $42.95, and we're going to paint it up. I think once you paint it, it's going to be fun because you'll be able to see all the details. I think the top I actually want to leave natural wood.
Okay.
Just clean it up and then paint the side and the base.
All right, so it's that time where we're going to paint some stuff.
We are.
What are we painting?
I asked you first.
I'm going to go get the drop cloth.
All right. The elephants with their trunks down is bad luck. With their trunks up is good luck. Didn't know that. I'm not really one to worry about luck, but I will keep that. I will put that in the memory bank. Let's see. Making sure nobody has questions. All right. I'm going to wait for Zeb to get back so that way we're all on the camera. And the next part, let's see what time we've got. Oh, we've got a good amount of time to paint stuff. Okay, so the next part of our video is where we actually paint some of our thrift finds. I'm going to move things out of the way so we can get going. Caitlin says, I don't remember you showing the oversized frame. Did you already? Oh, no, we actually have 2 frames back here. We didn't.
Oh, the ones in the back, yeah.
So this is from my sister Renee. She brought it all the way from Yuma for us, and we hauled it home. It's going to be $224.95. It's huge.
It's getting a print.
We're going to paint it up and put a matted print inside of it. The last time we did one, we way undercharged, but it was like the first one that we'd done, so we wanted to make sure that we could get it done the way we wanted it to. It turned out amazing. So this one, we're old pros. We're going to paint that up and put a frame print in it. This one, I love the print. It's Warren Kimball. The frame is scratched. So I'm going to paint just the frame to match this. Probably, I'm actually thinking I might just paint the frame the same color because the color's not bad.
Or something on there.
And then it's going to be $99.95 or Monet's Garden because it looks kind of like Monet's Garden to me. And this one's going to be $99.95. Okay. Piece of Heart lives in Somerton. That's awesome. I was actually born in Yuma. I was born in Yuma Regional. I lived the first 5 years of my life on El Dorado Road. All right.
Okay. What are you going to paint? Have you decided?
I'll paint the clock.
Okay.
I don't know what color. Pick me a color and can you give me a little brush and I'll paint it.
Yep.
However you want me to. Just don't pick a light color because this is cherry. All right, hold on a second. Do we have a washcloth in here?
What if I bring you more sandy blonde? Is that too light?
I feel like we've done a lot of sandy blonde.
I can't get enough of it right now.
We have been selling so much, so people must love the sandy blonde and the dark wax.
Oh, I got cake batter, but that's also light.
Oh, Piece of Heart says we're right down from El Dorado. Yep, my mom and dad owned a house. There's like the Jacobsons lived on that street. I think they still do. And the Meanses. We didn't have anything but dogs, but everybody else had like farm animals and big yards and stuff. It was fun. Okay. Miss Kelly says, I finally get to watch this live from Arizona since Utah sprang back. Otherwise, I'm snoozing. All right.
I'm bringing brushes right now. I'm going to paint up my elephants real fast and maybe this.
Oh, they said do cake batter. Did you get cake batter?
I have some cake batter.
I can do cake batter on this. Okay. I think it would actually do well with the frame. Can you open it for me though? Because it's got.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to use
like a little. I want a little brush because I want to try to not get it on
the kitchen church key here that I have. Oh, we got
Mary
20
says
of them
she
in
got
the garage.
her order today from Chandler. She's from Chandler, Arizona. Yay! Actually, Mary, I might have packed your order because the name sounds really familiar. If you guys ever order, especially if you order any home decor and it's overpacked with lots and lots of tape. I like tape. I'm not saying Maria doesn't use a sufficient amount of tape. I'm just saying I use a little more than I probably should. Because I'm like, oh, is that right? Let me just add some more tape. Oh, well, if I add tape here, then I should add tape there. And all of a sudden, my box is completely all tape.
Cake batter coming.
I haven't used this color in forever. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to take the glass out. If I get it on there, just wash it. The first coat is always streaky. The second coat will be better. Magda says, I have a very similar Lazy Susan. I bought a flea market in San Antonio, Texas with very similar carvings, and it has a wooden dome that also has the same carvings. That's cool. Vicky says, does everyone sign your name or just you when things are shipped? So if it says Jamie on it, then I shipped it. I don't usually print out the packing slips. I usually will pick stuff because we like pull everything and put it on a shelf. And so I'll pick stuff that doesn't need lots of paint stuff added. So I don't print out the packing slips because whoever's shipping is usually using the computer. So I just put that I shipped it and pull it. But if it says Jamie on the box and I've signed it, that would be me. Occasionally you get a heart. And sometimes I pack stuff and I don't sign it.
Also, occasionally we write that things will be painted and then they get shipped out before we can get a chance to paint them, or we take them before we paint them and forget. Julie, if you're watching, she had an order where we were supposed to do a picture and it was going to get painted and stenciled and it arrived to her just how it was on
I forgot that
I felt so bad. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, we're going to have her ship it back to us so we can paint it. But so what happened is I put that it was going to be painted. Nobody bought it. And then I was like, I kind of like the way it is. And I forgot to change the listing. I just threw it in the shop.
Oh, that's what happened.
And we've had it for a really long time. And so the gals just pulled it because they're like, they didn't read that part of it. They just pulled it and shipped it. But it's all right because we are going to get it back and get it painted. Julie responded and is so excited and we'll be shipping it back Monday.
All right, good.
Now it's like Julie's going to get something extra cool because I feel bad. So I'm going to make sure that it's like the coolest.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah, the problem with any yellow is kind of like white. You don't really get great coverage.
You got to get that first coat on there and then go crazy with the second coat, nice and thick.
Like it's not impressive here. This first coat, it's very streaky.
Do you need a heat gun?
Oh yeah, I'm going to need a heat gun. Becky says, sorry for being late. It's okay. We'll give you a tardy pass today, Becky. And the thing is, we just started painting. I don't think we've been done with our thrift haul this soon.
Well, it wasn't a huge haul, but we had several little things and like combo things like the copper that all goes together, the 2 tins that go together.
We bought a few things that we're just going to put in the shop too. Like we had a big basket that I was like, I would have to charge way more than it's worth because of shipping.
It just didn't make sense.
So I'm just going to put it in the shop.
We'd have to charge $100 for the basket. And it's a cool basket, but it's probably only worth about $60.
So I'm using DIY's cake batter. Zeb is using DIY's Weatherwood. If you are new here, which I know a lot of you guys are, this paint sticks to just about anything. So you don't have to sand it or anything. You're just going to clean it and then go. If it's super slick, like you could see your face in it, then you might want to sand it or put a little Salvation Solution primer. But this
was pretty slick, this wood here, but it's because it was polished up, but it's sticking pretty good. I'm probably just going to have to do a little touch-up coat.
This is all natural too, so it's like totally safe to be using in the kitchen.
Probably why we do it.
Mary says, I'm late too. I just finished cleaning up dinner. What'd you eat for dinner? Zeb and I had a big green salad, and he had his keto pizza, and I just had my favorite deep dish
Kirkland
pizza.
cauliflower crust pizza that's like gluten-free is so good. Like,
should I not paint the brass handle?
That crust is my favorite. I would just paint it. It's pretty shiny brass. And then whatever distresses back through when you're waxing or distressing or whatever you do to it, go that route. Okay. You are using the tiniest little brush though.
Because it's easy to stay in the lines. Look at this little ledge here. Like sticking a big fat brush in there, I get paint halfway across the glass.
All right.
The only part that's big is this. This is the largest surface area of my clock. Everything else is like little details.
You guys have also been scooping up these new DIY paint brushes. Yes. We had a bunch of pre-orders.
We've had to reorder.
And we've had to reorder a couple times, I think.
Yeah, we've had to reorder. They've been super popular.
The brushes are just flying out.
Thank goodness Debbie now has them in stock.
So I didn't do any repairs on the bite marks. Honestly, I think I'm going to put enough paint on here.
They went super deep.
Yeah, it's just going to look like texture.
What did Mary say that she made? Somebody said, yeah. Zeb, how is the keto diet? Zeb's not doing keto. He just does gluten-free and no added sugar.
Gluten-free and no added sugar, which basically lends to a keto-style diet.
Yeah. He will eat like kamut flour, so...
Yeah, I'm trying not to eat too much of that these days because my numbers for my Hashimoto's was still high on my last blood work.
But they said it was good.
But they lowered my thyroid, and that's been like they had me up, and I feel like I was in a real good place. I had good energy. I was sleeping good at night, so it wasn't like crazy high. But they halved my dose this last time around because they're like, your numbers are looking better. And I've gained like 10 pounds, 15 pounds, and I'm tired all the time again. My feet hurt me weirdly. So I'm like, when we go back in, we got to do blood work here in like a week. I'm like, all right, stop messing around with it. We were good the last dosage you gave me. This is like the fourth time you've changed it.
You didn't tell me that your feet were hurting.
Yeah, my feet have been killing me.
Oh.
That's probably because of the weight gain.
Well, it's not been that much. You know what? You need to soak them in Epsom salt.
I don't know what it is. Anyway,
I have some really good salt.
I'm just going to be like, listen, whatever we were doing before, that was working great. I don't care what the numbers say. I felt amazing.
Do you need me to rub your big fat duck feet?
They're just meaty. His feet
are like super thick and muscly, and they're like duck's feet.
Like a couple of skis out there. All right, so this was already black. I'm just putting the paint on because the paint is, I'm going to white wax it and make it look almost like stone. You know how we do. And if I were just to white wax the wood, most of that white wax would just come off because it was so slick and shiny. And this paint, this clay paint will just suck up that white wax and absorb it and get a fun texture and show all the brush strokes, and it'll be good. And I know a lot of people are like, why do you want to see the brush strokes? We love the texture of them.
Yeah, because it shows that it's hand painted.
Everything old I have ever had, like furniture, built-ins that we've pulled out of like demo jobs and things, all has brush strokes and drips and multiple layers of paint on it. And it was painted a long time ago.
You should have told me about your feet, because now I'm going to make you soak your feet in Epsom
salt. No, I ain't got time for that. I'm just going to go to bed.
You do have time. It'll make you feel better. You just take a whole bath soak. We have that big old tub. You like required me to buy that giant tub so you could fit in it.
In the event that I want to take a bath, which is rare, I'm a shower guy. I wanted it to be, I didn't want to, every house we've ever lived in has a tub and I got to like sit up in it to get my knees underwater.
You know who uses the tub? Cody.
Cody uses the tub.
Rex does not, because he's so big. It's just easier to.
Rex gets in it and his back is like this much higher than the tub.
Yeah. We have a big walk-in shower. So Rex just gets we just put him in the big walk-in shower. It's a shower for humans and a puppy spa. How about the picture frame behind you on the stove? I don't know if she's wanting to. Joyce says, I have Hashis and my feet hurt when my numbers are off too. So it could be your Hashis.
This one sounds like it's on its way out. If we have time, I'm going to get around to painting this too. I think I'm going to stick with some of my favorite right now, sandy blonde, and put some gold on it because it's got so much detail. I think it will really look great.
Julie like says that. Zeb just has a fluffy foundation. That's
yes.
Funny. All right. We like to call it thickletic. Should I paint the back of this too? Like just the ledge?
I am thickletic. I surprised Redrick and totally ran him down the other day at the park.
You ran faster than him?
He thought he was going to be a little punk and run away, and the old man caught him.
I am not a super fast runner. I'm always out of breath. My iron is super low. Not that you guys came to hear about all of our physical ailments, but my iron's really low. So I'm always out of breath because I do not have enough.
I think people like
in
to
my
hear,
blood or something. I don't know.
Health and food and weather affect us all, right?
So I'm taking this like iron stuff that's like liquid. It tastes disgusting. My doctor said it's the best stuff.
Bad, I'll tell you that.
I think I might have to have an iron infusion though, because it's to the point of ridiculousness. Like we do get a lot done, but only because I am stubborn. Not because I actually feel good. Because people are like, I don't know how you get so much done. I'm like, listen, Linda, I don't know either. Every time I go to the doctor, she's like, I seriously don't know how you're upright between your hormones, your thyroid, your iron. She's like, you should just be laying in bed all day. I'm like, listen, I'm too stubborn for that.
You're like, that's actually kind of the goal right now.
There really is something to be said for mind over matter.
All right. What time is it? Oh, we got 8 minutes.
I'm going to have to 3-coat this. This was really pretty slick too.
Well, and the cake batter, like you said, it's kind of like the white. Yellows, honestly, I feel like white swan covers better than the yellows.
Yeah.
It's
cool.
just,
well, Queen Bee covers pretty good, but that's because it's got like brown in it.
Yeah, it's just the nature of yellow. Like I don't care what brand yellow you're using. It's just hard to get good coverage on the first couple coats. Unless you're spraying it. I've had good luck spraying it. All right, we're going to take a time out from that. I'm going to get some sandy blonde, let that dry up there all on its own.
Well, it would have covered in 2 coats if it hadn't been so slick.
I'm using the old fluffy brush. This one has been around for a long time, and it's been burned, and I cut the frayed burned parts. Okay, sandy blonde in the DIY paint. The milk paint, we probably will have to do an edited video. Anytime we try to do it, and then we're like, oh, I'm just going to heat gun it a little. Everything peels off every time. So we need to let it actually dry like it's intended to dry. Don't use the heat gun on it. And then we'll get the results we're looking for.
Oh, you know how I said that I never sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not sleep, but I never have REM. I don't dream.
Yeah.
Because we watched a Star Trek.
We were watching a Star Trek episode where they ran into like an anomaly that affected their REM sleep.
Anyways, I dreamt last night.
They were all going crazy from it.
And it was a crazy dream, and it woke me up at 4 a.m., and I've been up ever since. So I'm like ready to go to bed. You have one more DIY yellow. Is it more mustard? Yes. So Queen Bee is more mustard.
Queen Bee, I love Queen Bee.
Really
the shade
pretty.
of it, the coverage is good.
I like it on benches. It's so cute on little benches.
I did a shelf in Queen Bee and dark waxed it. Was it last Wednesday for Waste Not Wednesday?
Yeah, Ramona bought it. I actually shipped Ramona's order myself.
Maybe it was a Paint-A-Palooza. I don't remember. Anyway, last week or the week before I painted that. It sold. It was great, and it turned out really good. It was like this, not like super dirty, grungy, just looked really old and weathered and worn with the dark wax on there, and it was awesome. The Queen Bee was the perfect color for it.
Yeah, Zeb and I have labs. Well, whenever we want to do, we've already paid for them because we only have like a health insurance plan because we're self-employed.
It covers major medical, like regular doctor's visits and prescriptions we pay for out of pocket.
Yeah. But anyways, we've already paid for it. We just got to go get it done. Because we go in and get full. When I say full panels, some people think they have full panels. It's like 5 pages, and I'm not kidding, of blood work. And we get that done every 3 to 4 months.
I feel like we're just getting it done until we get things sorted. Like that's how we found out.
I feel like you have to follow up to make sure that the supplements are working and all those things. It's fun.
Yep. Well, and we did like end of summer. I feel like they got me on a good dosage for my thyroid, and like I said, like I was feeling great. I'd kind of leveled off at about 215 to 220 and went back and forth between there, which is a good healthy weight for me. And now I'm like back up to like 235 and not sleeping good. And
I don't like it that you're not sleeping good, but I like you about 225. That's my perfect man. When you get below 220, you're too skinny. And I just want to feed you all the time.
Oh, I was up to 250 last June. That was the heaviest I've ever been. Okay, that's done. I'm just moving paint around now.
Yeah. I probably should get the infusions, although right now I'm like, I'm not spending any extra money until Facebook gives me my dang page back. Yeah, so annoying. I'm so over it.
We appreciate all of the shares and you guys.
Everybody, we are doing
the website
like the new page that we set up. Once we hit 10,000 likes, we can get monetized. We already have enough views on that page because I've been putting videos up that have been doing really well. That just once we hit 10,000 likes on the new Jamie and Zebra Vintage page, we'll get monetized, which is awesome because we typically take all of our business money and we pay our mortgage, we pay our employees, and then we reinvest it into the business. And then we live off of the ad revenue. That's what we pay like our personal bills with. So I'm like, this is like I got a demotion because Facebook isn't paying me right now. So it has been like, thank you to everybody that has liked and shared and commented on the Jamie and Zebra Vintage, because even though we should be getting it back soon, I'm like not holding my breath because it's been so ridiculous.
It's already been 2 weeks. What, Tuesday?
The hackers no longer have it. Like they locked the account down so they couldn't get into it. They don't have it. It no longer says on the about page that it's from Vietnam. It's in USA. And we've verified who we are. And then it's like, okay, you have to prove who you are to get in. We already have a new password set up and everything. And it was all these, I was supposed to say which comments, 4 comments I'd made in the last 3 months. I had to pick from a bunch. And I'm like, I could have made any of these comments in the last 3 months. They have no idea how much I comment. And so of course I got it wrong. Then I went to try to enter in my driver's license and it was blurry. And then I said that I did it too many times. So then I tried to do it today and it was perfect. And I was like, you've tried to do it too many times. So now you have to wait a week. So anyways.
So we should, this is just on her personal page, but her personal page had ownership of the business page. So we're fingers crossed that all comes around.
I'm going to go for coat number 3 here. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Sally Bondswall, she said she was listening to us in her car. How is the weather in Arizona, Miss Sally? It's funny. My kids wanted to stay an extra day in Arizona. We didn't because first of all, it was spring break and the room rates were ridiculous. And second of all, because we had work to do. But as soon as we left Arizona, they had crazy windstorms. Like my mom stayed because the weather was warm and she couldn't even go outside because she has COPD. So hopefully the wind has been better. Thank you. Caitlin dropped the link to the new page. So if you're on YouTube, you can click that and follow us on the new page. A lot of people have been like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to like have found you. I didn't know what happened, because even though we've made announcements, social media has an algorithm, right? And so they don't show us to all of our followers. So some people didn't get the 411 on what happened.
Or they're not signed up for texts or emails.
Yeah.
Because everyone that's signed up for text or email, they got
knew.
The word.
Yeah. If you go to like where you can like or where you can subscribe, there's a way to click where like see all, and then Facebook will give you notifications and YouTube will give you notifications to let you know. The other way you can always like make sure to be notified is if you comment, like, share like on our videos, especially on YouTube. And if YouTube does recommend us, if you have time when the recommendation comes in, click it, because then it'll tell YouTube, hey, I want to know when these people have a new video. So like my favorite YouTubers, when YouTube says, hey, they have a new video up, I always click it because I want YouTube to continue to let me know when their videos
Yeah, usually I don't have time to watch it until like later that night or whatever.
Donna says that clock looks so much better with the pretty yellow. Thank you.
And you're getting good coverage on there. Look at that.
Well, third time's a charm.
All right, we are at 9:30. I only have one of my elephants done, but that one was black. Now it's like a gray. I'll bring it close so you guys can see it.
I actually think, I'm not going to do this on this video, but I actually think I'm going to two-tone this. So I'm going to take a small brush and I'm going to put a strip of white here, a strip of white here, and a strip of white on the bottom, just because I think this would look so cute. Two-toned and then just clear wax. That's my plan.
So I dipped way too hard on that. I got way too much wax on it.
I'm not going to get it finished tonight, but you're just going to have to envision it with two-tone. Because this to me looks very French country. And I love a yellow, like a creamy, buttercreamy yellow and white finish.
All right, we're going to stay till I finish this elephant. This is still wet. I'm going to dark wax this. If you've been watching the last couple of weeks, you know exactly how good that's going to look. And then I'm probably going to put gold wax, some gilding wax, the golden rule is what it's called, on some of the highlights. And that'll be done too.
We've officially been on an hour because it shrunk for the second time.
Well, we had the beginning where we had like an extra minute.
Oh, Renee said there was only 1 day of wind in Arizona. Oh, good. Wind is miserable. Whether it's hot, whether it's cold, like wind is just never. I do like enjoy a breeze when I'm hot and sweaty. When we were working on this house, I remember a breeze would come and I'd be like, thank you, Heavenly Father. I appreciate that air conditioning.
Well, it was like we picked the worst time of year to.
Well, we worked on it for 18 months.
It was like July, and I was up on the roof. It was like 105 degrees in Utah, which is about as hot as it gets here.
Yeah, last summer, didn't we have lots of hot days? It's weird because we had this really long, cold winter with way more snow than normal. And then the last summer was way more hot than normal. I'm like, listen, it should not get over 100 when we have this much snow in the winter. It's just not fair.
But what did we say? We were driving down in Arizona, and we're both from there, lived there most of our lives till we moved up here.
Well, we said, oh, we could live here, and then it started to get hot, meaning it was like 80 degrees.
But we both agreed that Utah really does feel like home.
Oh, yes. Yes, even though I don't like the winter. In fact, here's the thing, though. You know, they have, you read the scripture, there must needs be opposition in all things. Mm-hmm. I have never enjoyed the spring anywhere more than I've enjoyed it living in Utah, because you have this long, cold winter and spring happens. And it's like my mood, like everybody's happy. Like everybody you see is so excited because the sun is shining. Like we opened the pool today and I floated for like 2 hours. I uploaded the thrift haul while I was in the pool. And it was just amazing to be in sunshine. Like it just felt so good. And
it was 55 degrees. It wasn't that warm, but I was wearing shorts.
The pool was 90 degrees. Okay.
I was wearing shorts. It was a great day today.
The sun was giving me life, and I just wouldn't know how much I loved it if I didn't know how much I hated the snow. And people are like, oh, don't hate the snow. We need the moisture. But now we got floods coming. So. All right, so this is going to dry. I'm going to come around, not today, but when we get back to painting the thrift haul, probably Tuesday, I'll put a white stripe, like not stripe, but like white here, and then white on the bottom, lightly distressed it. It's going to be beautiful.
All right, let me come show you my elephants. This one, I only did one coat, and the wood is coming through a little bit, but not hating it.
No, that's awesome. And the trunk is up, so this is the good luck trunk.
This is the good luck trunk. So you can see kind of a little texture, but it doesn't look like a dog bit it anymore.
If you guys are wanting to purchase any of this paint or these items, they're all at JamieRayVintage.com. You can click Saturday Thrift Haul. The paint is under the DIY paint tab. And if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jamie Ray Vintage for more
DIY. Also, this is my favorite little elephant I've done in a long time. And I've done a few of them.
That one's cute, even though the trunk's down.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I actually like the trunk down better, to be honest.
Easier to ship.
It's more symmetrical.
Love you guys. Have a fabulous Easter, and we will see you next week.